Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Music and Musicians. Today, we have uh, a mentor, a teacher, a father, and someone who has really served our country in a big way. He's our guest, and we will get to know more about him. Karibu, Mwalimu.
Yeah, asante sana. Thank you very much. Yes,
Kindly tell us your name and something about you.
yes. My name, I'm called James Ariambee Rutto. Birthplace Musawa village in Hamisi, Vihiga County. We are the minority in Vihiga County from the Terik community under the Kalenjin. I am a teacher by profession, having schooled in Kapsengere Primary School, Kemeloi, and then I went to Siriba Teachers Training College. And after 2 years, I went back to Siriba College now for diploma in music. And then Kabarak for B.Ed, Bachelor of Education in Music.
Okay, so could you kindly tell us about what inspired you to music? Why did you choose music?
Yes, in fact, personally, I was born, that is, my mother was so musical that we loved music. And in our village, when you provoke music, everybody comes in to enjoy the music that you are performing. So I started at the school, at the church, under Sunday school. We were very good in music. I went back even and trained music in the church. That is where I started from. And I used to walk about 6 kilometers just to go and learn a line for the soprano so that I can come and train my choir. And then the next day I go back also to learn the alto line so that I can come and train the altos. And we had no gadgets like tapes, the recording tapes and this technology at present. The machines were not available. So it was a matter of going 6 kilometers to learn the soprano line. Then I come and teach my choir. And that is how I developed interest in music. And personally, my mother was a soloist. We called them in Kalenjin Theatre. She was very good in soloing, and she could be called to so many places, as far as even Serem, to go and perform in the performance of during initiations and what have you. Yes.
So you have been a teacher for all that period. You've mentored so many people.
Yes.
You are still teaching. What is your drive? What makes you wake up early in the morning to go and make some more young musicians?
Personally, I feel strongly that my late father was a teacher, and teaching is a calling, it's a vocation. So I would say that I personally was called. I received vocation to be a teacher, not a teacher by chance. And there are a few things, even after I have taught. I taught in Kemeloi Primary School. I taught in Boyani Primary School. After diploma, I taught Njoro Girls for a short time, Maliera Boys, Kabianga High School, and finally Sacho High School in Maringo. From the teaching, we excelled because very much I made sure that I had not less than 15 students taking music as a subject, and even went further and taught in Joro Boys. You can remember I taught in Joro Boys, yeah. So what made me actually start teaching now out of school students is that one, we realized that anybody who has finished, so long as one has passion, then he can enter into music and learn music. So that is what I did. I made sure that I got some young men and girls who had finished high school. They had not done any music at all, but started embarking on music under the ABRSM, that is under the Associated Board of Rural Schools of Music syllabus. And I'm very happy that my former department, that is a Permanent Residential Music Commission, embraced the same. And we were doing it because we needed the young men, because we need teachers in the churches. Ministries, churches, they need teachers. So we had to make sure that the students are able to learn music so that they are able to interpret and even sing, so that they can be easily perform the hymns, so that we can get the youth coming out from performing all the choruses and come into also performing the hymns, which has more message and a powerful message. Two is that we wanted the young men to we felt that it was very important, because with the music you create employment. So these young men, after doing music, they can form their own groups and go perform in various industries. I mean, various places where music is needed, like public gathering where music is also very important. Churches, I mean, hotel industry, they need music. So it was very necessary to train them for the same. Three is that the universities with the ABRSM grade 4, grade 5, and probably a mean grade of C, these young men, or C plus, these young men are eligible to enter, to be admitted into the universities in the country who are offering music as subject. So that was the major thing. And then finally is that when there's nowhere they can perform, they can also go basking, music basking. Music basking is where you go to the streets and perform perform in the streets for an income. That is, somebody can give you some money, then you perform your music. And then finally is that we wanted these young men to have industry, so that we don't, if we are not careful, we shall be importing instrumentalists. If you go to very many studios, you'll find that we have foreigners playing the instruments. So we have tried to come together and organize our youth so that they are able to play the instruments, the guitar, piano, violins, because these people with the instrument, if you are a player, instrumentalist, then there is ready market for them. The churches, the ministries need them for ministry, that is for curing people from the spreading disease of sin. Apart from also preaching from the Bible, then music. As musicians, we preach through music. Yes. After all, music is communication. Yeah.
So what challenges have you faced as a teacher?
We have so many challenges. Sometimes, as someone said, Socrates was a very good teacher in the streets, a philosopher called Socrates. But one day he was found dead. Why? Because people forgot. They went on there, they went to learn, but they forgot to give him something for his lunch. So what I want to say is that we have challenges. Parents they are not able to pay the teachers who are teaching in the music industry. That's one. Two is that the books are very expensive. So the idea of just buying a textbook, which costs almost 3,000 shillings, becomes a challenge. And then finally, another challenge is that the students themselves come from, the parents have not embraced, the parents are not so much on the music side. They have not known the usefulness of music. So we keep on educating the parents in various churches, going around telling them that the young men should take music as a subject, or should take music as a profession in their life.
So what about the young upcoming teachers and musicians? What message would you give them? Given that you teach with a lot of passion, you're patient, sometimes the students will know you, Maybe you need a lot of patience to handle that.
Yeah, when it comes to music, we need to be patient because musicians at times you find them they are short tempered and it is not something new. We have seen them in even the Baroque musicians. Most of the musicians could you discover that we learned from history that some of them even left their houses in annoyance. Some of them were short tempered. So we need to accommodate them. We accommodate them. The youths sometimes when they come, they want to learn something very fast, but then we take them slowly, step by step. Actually, with the passion. Once you have passion, you will always be patient. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what about the public service? You mentioned about the permanent residential music
Music
commission. You
commission,
work
yeah.
with them.
Yes.
How has life been working as a musician in the public service?
In fact, it has been very interesting and we learned a lot. In fact, I want to thank the office, thank the director, and all the members in that department because whenever we went out, we learned a lot. In fact, you can go out thinking that but when you reach there, you discover that we have other musicians who never went to school and they're very good instrumentalists in African instruments and what have you. So I want to say there's a lot that we learned. Two is that we discovered that the hazard, sure, very much in Rift Valley, the male performances has gone down simply because women have remained because women are able to have what we call merry-go-rounds. That is Sobetapka. People, women come together. They make basket. They are also do engage in income generating activities. But the men, sometimes kuweka kuku pamoja. Men watakwambia baada ya 1 month watakwambia nipe kuku zangu niende zangu. So they are never patient. But women are patient. They are able to, those are actually they are the one holding now the music. In fact, I can say the cultural activities in Rift Valley are held more by the women, though we are encouraging also men to come in and form their own groups. Okay, the other thing that we have done now is that we really encourage our local artists, the cultural groups, like what is happening in Wasingishu. We have encouraged women to come in, form their own groups, make their own music. I mean, look at the cultural music and then do a fusion with the current, with the currency, with the current world, and they are doing very well. They are able to sell their CDs. They are earning from the YouTube, which is also good. Yeah. So I can say we have done well in music. We are doing very well, and we are really, maintaining. We have also encouraged them. That we are encouraging people under the Department of Culture so that they can have when they come up with their dances, we want them to have the names, the Kalenjin names, like there is a performance like Kitoi Batai, that is a cultural, a Nandi performance, but Keyo Pamo performance, Tugen performance of, bringing in women together, young ladies together with young men, so that they can know each other very well. So we want them to have those than having titles for the dances. Yeah.
So finally, what do you think is the future of music, especially in Kenya with the introduction of CBC and I think people are now learning music even in the universities.
Yes.
What do you think is the future?
In fact, the future is very bright. Yeah, very bright for music. Because one, the introduction of CBC in the lower primary, and it is practical. Music is, somebody should not just say, I'm teaching music. You are teaching what? Music is practical oriented. Even if a small subject, even a small note that you are teaching, if you are teaching the scale, you have got to be able. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. You have got to come in, because that is where the composition comes in. So far, fa, mi, re, so, fa, mi, re. So you see, we are moving in conjunct by steps. So what I can say is that there is future, at the CBC level, where the practical side is taken seriously. Like now I see everybody. When you go out, in fact, I went to our bookshop in Nakuru. All the recorders have been sold because we want to encourage the teachers to ensure that once the child starts playing the recorder, he will be able to play even the rhythm. Rhythm comes in and then pitch comes in. And once you have the two, pitch and rhythm, then you have music. Yeah, that is there. So we have the future. And then the idea of the universities, the secondary schools teaching music is also good. I hope we shall get more teachers so that we can have every teacher in every school. And then finally, we have them at the university. So we thank God, because if you go to Kabarak, there's a lot of music. Technical University music, Kenyatta University music, Maseno University, Baraton. You remember some of our students are in Baraton University. Kagumo for the diploma. Actually, we are in the right direction. And then the other thing that I want to say is that you realize in the schools, that is in co-curriculum activities, we need musicians. But then who are the musicians? These are the young men that we are teaching. Remember in Nakuru, in Rift Valley as a whole, name them, go to the schools. The guys you get in those schools, the young men, the musicians you get in those schools are the people who have gone through the music office in Nakuru. The former ones. All of them came from the PPMC Nakuru branch. And they're doing very well. Look at Nakuru Day, the music teacher there. Look at some of the schools. You are there also.
Yes.
Yeah. You did grade 1. You have done grade 1 up to grade 8 now in our office. That is very good. So you see, these are the people who are now the custodian of music in the schools. Of course, added into what we have, what Kabarak has given us. In fact, most of our students are also in Kabarak. What KU have given us, Maseno University, Technical University of Kenya, the youth that we have received. We encourage them to now do face music at the festival section. And they are the same people who can help the CBC. Yeah, in practical, when it comes to practical side. Yeah.
So thank you very much. What is your final message to our viewers?
To our viewers, I want to say that actually music is so good a thing that we wish everybody could stand up and sing. Because with the music, music, people create employment. If you look at the first thing that people consume so much high is oxygen. After oxygen that we were given by God, the next one that I've seen is music. And remember, even in the Holy Bible, God loves good music. People have used music even in wars. You expect people to carry weapons, but they are singing. Look at the time when there was problems in our country. Music is the solution. Music is communication. I remember even I have been working very hard in our church. We use music to communicate. The pastor preaches using the Holy Bible. As musicians, we also pass the message through music and dance. And personally, music has cured people from the spreading disease of sin. Tunashukuru sana, music has done very well. So we want just to encourage the youth that they should go in to learn the instruments, to learn the guitars. Our local instruments are very important. In fact, right now we are working on bringing back the fiddles of the Kalenjin, Kimenge, so that the young men can communicate. Somebody playing the instrument has a message to us.
Thank you very much. It has been nice hosting you, and I always learn a lot from you.
Yes.
So I pray for your success even as you continue mentoring young people.
Yes.
So to our viewers, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Keep subscribing, and my name is Peter Kerari. Thank you.
Thank you very much.